Alright, so the point of this is more because when I was buying this car, I watched a lot of videos and I was trying to see how the BRZ handled in the snow. And while there's a couple people that did some okay videos, there's a lot of people, like the first one I clicked on, the guy was just gassing it everywhere and doing stupid stuff, and he was saying, oh, the car's not great. But that's not how my experience has been, and I want to show you guys just how my experience actually has been. So now the biggest thing with this car is you just have to be easy on the gas when you're driving it. It's really not that big a deal. For instance, if I came around this corner here and I was like, oh, driving like regular, look, oh, there's the traction control. Yeah, see? And that's what everybody does when they review this car in the winter. They're like, oh, well, this is how it drives. They're going like this. Oh, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But that's not the case. If you guys watch, I'll slow down a little bit here. Or we'll go from 30 kilometers. If I accelerate just nice, smooth. Oh, I'm getting blinded. But look at that, there's no traction light, there's no slippage, there's a lot of snow blowing everywhere because I didn't do a good job cleaning my car off, which I know was bad. Please don't say anything about that. But look at that, we're fine. And I've been doing this the whole time I've owned this car. I've winter driven it. Now, one of the big things that you must have on this car is winter tires. And if you guys have watched some of my other videos, I've told you that I have the 205/55 R16s, which is a downsize from the stock tire size, which is really better in deeper snow. This is just a lighter snow that happened this morning. But when you get into a deeper snow, what you want is, if you have thicker tires, right, like a wider summer tire, you're going to do more of a skidoo effect, and the tire is going to try and ride on top of the snow because so much of the tire is hitting snow that it's packing it down underneath it, in lamest terms. But when you have a narrower tire, all that weight is now on a narrower patch, and it cuts into the snow because the weight is all on one tinier spot. So the thinner your tire in the winter is actually better for traction, and that's a misconception that a lot of people have, and they don't realize that a thinner tire is actually better for you in the winter than a thicker tire. See how that works? Just smoothly through the corners. Don't get on the gas too hard. Because really what happens is people are driving this car and they're driving it like they do in the summer, and I think a lot of these reviews come from places where it doesn't snow a lot, and they take it out with no winter tires and they just start going crazy, and that's not how you're gonna get anywhere or get actually a good idea of how this car does handle. And another thing that people have to keep in mind is you want to be in the lower RPMs when you're driving in the snow, because when you're at the higher RPMs, your gas pedal's more sensitive. So as soon as you hit that gas pedal, you're instantly getting more response to the tires, which breaks them free easier. But one thing I must say is that this car actually does a really good job of handling turns and cornering in the snow, as long as you ease into it and you downshift. So if you're jamming on the brakes and coming around a corner, you're going to slide a little bit. But if you've downshifted and you're now coming around that corner in, I don't know, second gear, a little bit slower, engine braking to kind of help you out, you're going to be a lot better off than if you just jam on the brakes and come through that corner. I mainly just want to share a good experience with you guys because I have a really good time driving this car in the snow. It never really scares me. I always feel like I'm in control. I can tell you that before I got my winter tires put on, right here on the other side of this road, I was driving once, the first snowfall of the season, and I went to cross over the lanes, and there was that little hump of snow in the middle, and I was giving it gas because I was driving, and as I came over that lane, my entire back end swung out. I was like a full 90-degree slide, and I honestly thought 2 months in that I had just totaled my car. I thought that was it. Somehow there wasn't a lot of traffic. I slid out of it, I saved it. I didn't drive the car again until I got my winter tires on. But I mean, once the tires are on, it's so nice to drive and it's so comfortable, and I feel good and I feel safe, and I've never really had to second guess any of my moves. Obviously you have to be more cautious, but that's just how it is when you drive this car. But as far as how it performs, I mean, it really does a great job. So here we are now. This road's already been salted, but my main point is, so right now I'm at 2,000 RPM in second gear, doing like 25 kilometers an hour, 30 kilometers an hour. As I start to accelerate, I can still accelerate fairly quickly. Nothing extreme, but fairly quickly. And get me up to speed smooth. You didn't see a traction control light come on, and it's fine. Now where the problem is when people are driving and they think it's like summer, so they rev their car out a lot higher, right? So if you're not staying lower in the RPMs, then when you touch your gas, it's a lot more of an immediate response because there's already so much to the wheels. So if you're driving around up here and you're cruising around and then you give your car a little bit of gas, see how easy that is to kick it out? Even just at 3,500 RPM. So you want to be lower in the RPMs, and that's something that people don't get. They drive their car the same all year round, and you just can't drive it like that. So guys, I just want you to see that there's a lot of reviews that I watch where people are literally just driving going, yeah, look, yeah, it doesn't work. See, can't drive in the snow. Yeah, it doesn't work. But in reality, it does, and if you know what you're doing, it's really good, and it's really comfortable, and it's really confident in the snow. And I mean, I've been doing it the whole time I've owned this car, because I bought it in September, and winter came right after that, and I've been very comfortable and happy with it, and I really don't have any complaints. It handles like you would expect it to handle. And while yes, it's a lot of fun, and you can kick it out and have a really good time with it, as long as you drive it accordingly and you understand what you're doing, it's not as bad as everybody says it is, and it's definitely fine for the winter. And if you're gonna buy this car and you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to drive it in the snow, or you're iffy about anything like that, I do highly recommend you buy it and you just get it. My winter tires were only $500 on rims. Like, they were nothing special. They aren't the best, but they do a great job, and that's all that matters. The best winter, or the worst winter tire is better than the best all-season tire, and that's something that you have to keep in mind when buying, because it's not always about if it's the best or the top or the high end or whatever. You just need a winter tire in this case. Another 86. I do actually believe, I don't know what I was saying. But yeah, I did make a video before talking about it, but I wanted to actually show you guys that it's good and it's confident in the snow. And I know this wasn't the most exciting video. It was just a little bit of me driving around showing you how it is. But I really hope you guys enjoy these videos and you appreciate them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Peace out.